Welcome back to the Blues Society of Northwest Florida weekly podcast, where we feature an interview with the artist who will headline the Blues Jams tonight. I'm your host, Paul Stadden, and this week I'm talking with Tyler Mack of the Tyler Mack Band and Fatty Waters. Make sure you catch him at tonight's jams starting at 8 o'clock at Lilly, Marlene's in Seville Quarter. Scott Bryan will be the opening act at 7 o'clock. And make sure you catch his interview. I did it last week for the Blues Society, and it is on the Blues Society Facebook page. But first things first, you know by now that we always play a song by the featured artist, so here's Tyler Mack Band with Fuss and Fight.
Now baby, everything gonna be alright. Now baby, everything gonna be alright. All you wanna do now, baby, all you wanna do is fuss and fight. Now baby, why you wanna go and treat me that way? Now baby, why you wanna go and treat me that way? Every time I see you, you just turn and walk away. I'm on the city job. To another man, oh baby, everything gonna be alright. All you wanna do now, baby, all you wanna do is fuss and fight. Alright. Why you wanna fuss and fight, even though you wasn't right when I tried to hold you tight every single other night? Don't cry, girl, I don't mean to be rude, but the way that you been acting, you know it's all I can do. So if you wanna bitch and moan, go ahead and do me wrong. Guess that you'll be moving on, save it for another song. Don't even try to talk, you and your lies can walk. Guess that you and I can talk it up as a loss. Now baby, everything gonna be alright, alright. All you wanna do now, baby, all you wanna do is fuss and fight.
My next guest is a name and a face and, heck, a guitar sound that I'm sure you're all going to recognize. Tyler Mack with Fatty Waters. He is playing a solo gig tonight at the Blues Jams, and I'm really proud to have him on the podcast today. Welcome, Tyler. How you doing, man?
How you doing? Great, Paul. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Well, you're not playing with Fatty Waters tonight. Who is going to be in the band, and who's the lineup on the gig tonight?
Actually, it's pretty similar to Fatty. We all switch around a lot and keep working.
Right.
Johnny's going to be on bass tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. If he has a solo gig, I'll play bass, and we just because we know each other's material, we're familiar with it, and we both play bass as well, so it just makes it easier on everybody.
Right.
And keeps money in our pockets.
Well, nice. Money in your pockets is a nice thing. As a musician, that's always something that is nice to have. Well, let's talk a little bit about Fatty Waters real quick. Just for people who don't know, the lineup is Johnny Hart, also on guitar and vocals, yourself, guitar and vocals, Sean Peterson on bass, and Justin Headley on drums. Tell me how the lineup got together, and tell me about the name Fatty Waters as well.
Well, if you ask any member about the name Fatty Waters, you're going to get four different answers.
Fair enough.
But, Justin and I, we met on the road years ago, and we both toured with different national blues acts, and we hit it off, and I ended up running into him through a mutual friend up in Flint, Michigan, and I was based out of the area at the time, so we ended up being roommates, and just always kept in contact after that, and he moved down here and said, man, let's start a band, and I had been down in the Pensacola area on tour before, and I liked it. And I left the gig I was with, and I said, man, you know what? Ain't nothing really going on up in Indiana where I'm from. So,
Right.
And I really like the lineup that we had going down here, so I just I made the move, man.
So do you like the blues scene in Pensacola versus other areas of the country? What was it about Pensacola that made you decide here?
Yeah, I get that a lot, man. People's like, why would you move here when you could have went anywhere? I mean, I don't know, something about Pensacola is just special. I mean, it doesn't have the largest blues scene, but, it's the people that are involved in it seem to be very sincere and very loyal.
Right.
Especially, shout out to Mike Bounds. He makes all that happen.
Right. I appreciate that. We're talking with Tyler Mack of the band Fatty Waters, as well as a solo band, and apparently he is flying in an airplane right now. But, well, tell me. I'm on the 3 Mile Bridge. Oh, that explains it completely. I'm surprised you're not backed up in traffic right now. You could probably record an album before you got across there, man. Let's talk actually a little bit about the recording process. I know you've recorded solo stuff. I know you've recorded with Fatty Waters. And tell me a little bit about the writing and the recording process. How do you come up with a song? Do you start with the tune? Do you start with the lyrics? Does it just kind of depend? And do you make it more of a democratic thing, or is it just one person comes up with an idea?
I mean, it's it could be different every time. Usually, we try to have the song idea, before we get into the studio, so we just don't waste everybody's time. Right. We try to get it worked out. And usually with Fatty Waters, man, and once we get a song down, it's we haven't did any more than one take on any recording so far, as far as the bed tracks go. We go through and do overdub guitar work just to get the tones right and really make it shine. But as far as the bass and drums go, it's usually just one take.
Nice.
Just try to also get that live magic, capture that, because what we do live is something special. So we really try to capture that in the studio. Right.
Well, do you try to do songs that are more personally influenced, or is it stories about someone else, or is it stories about you, I guess is what I'm looking at? Because some people don't like to make their lyrics really personal.
Well, I mean, I don't know. By personal, I mean, it's not always about me, but, I've written songs through the eyes of other people, about people, about myself. It's really just, whatever you feel at the time and however you want to express yourself. I mean, I'm not scared to get personal. That's what I do for a living. And, if you're not being personal, then, what you doing?
Fair enough. Well, let's talk about your influences for a second. What got you into guitar and into blues music and rock music? Who are the people that you really looked up to when you were just starting?
Oh, man. I started playing bass in school when I was in 6th grade. I seen Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Immediately wanted me to pick up a guitar, man. I wanted to make it scream like that. From there, I I got into Albert King, Freddie King, and I grew up with my dad listened to a lot of classic rock and Motown. So of course, you don't ever get a lot of love, but Peter Frampton, I think, is the most underrated guitar player.
Oh man, I hear you there. Phenomenal guitar tones, and did it influence your gear at all? Let's talk a little bit about your gear. What are your main axes that you like to play?
Right now, I'm actually playing I'm going back and forth. I'm playing a Flying V.
Right.
And I play Les Paul, 335. Every guitar.
Nice.
Makes you play different. They're all different animals, and they just feel different. Different ideas come out.
Nice, I like it. So different guitars influence different styles of playing for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about your band members. Do you have a solo band as well as Fatty Waters, or is it?
Yeah. Well, it's just Tyler Mack band, as well as Johnny has John Hart band.
Nice.
We all did for the different projects, I mean, you don't want to wear out one project, and it's not only for the fans but for ourselves, And we kind of treat Fatty Waters as our baby,
right?
Without wearing it out and just grinding just to pay bills,
right?
So, we do a lot of freelancing as well. I mean, there's so much work in the Gulf Coast area that it's just easy, man.
Well, I got to tell you, I did get to see you guys play at the International Blues Challenge, and first off, I think you should have won, but that's neither here nor there. But
that's a whole other interview.
Well, very quickly, let's just touch on it real quick. What was the process like? Did you enjoy taking part in the Blues Challenge? Was it good exposure for you too?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had a lot of people see us that we've been wanting to see us for a while, so that was a plus. I had a blast up there, hanging with y'all, and it was a lot of fun. I thought we were super tight, and the other bands in our room, all gave us high compliments. I think just those first round judges, I think they really wanted to hear Chicago blues,
right?
Very, very traditional, and I think every song has to have the word blues in it for them to think it's blues.
Right.
I think the second round judge would have got us a little more, but
nice.
We even changed our show up a little bit to try to accommodate to be more traditional.
Right.
And what we was doing was more Memphis blues, actually. Being in Memphis, we kind of thought that was appropriate, but I guess Memphis blues isn't blues today.
Well, that leads me into my final question for you, and it's something I try to ask of everybody I ever get on here on the podcast, which is, it seems like it's very divided. There are some people who think that blues needs to be this very specific thing, whether it's Chicago blues or Memphis blues or Delta blues, and it needs to be stuck in one era. I've always been more of the opinion that blues can be incorporated into anything. Like there can be blues rock, blues metal, blues jazz, It doesn't need to be stuck in one thing.
Yeah, I love traditional blues. Great drinking music. It's just a great vibe all around. I mean, I fell in love when the first time I heard it.
Right.
But I think that if the blues doesn't evolve as a genre, it's gonna be a lost art form. It's gonna die with the original traditional blues fans. Right.
I agree with you completely.
So there's nothing wrong to me to see somebody advance the genre at all.
Nice. Well, you can hear people. Hold on 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Well, you can hear Tyler Mack help advance the blues tonight at the Blues Jams, Lilly Marlene's in Seville Quarter. It's a free show. It's going to be an awesome time. Tyler's going to get started playing around 8 o'clock and play for about an hour, so come stake out your spot early. Tyler, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today.
Hey, appreciate it, Paul. Have a good one, buddy.
My thanks to Tyler Mack. Make sure you catch him at the Blues Jams tonight with Scott Bryan as the opener. My thanks also to the Blues Society of Northwest Florida. They host the Blues Jams every Monday night in Lilly Marlene's in Seville Quarter with a solo act at 7, a band at 8, and the jam session at 9. Also, thanks to our great sponsors, Michael Johnson State Farm, Budweiser Beer, Lewis Bear, Seville Quarter, Paradise Bar and Grill, The Music Box and Gulf Breeze, Revolver Records, Blues Angel Music, ARC Music, and Five Sisters Blues Cafe. But as always, the organization still needs your support, so please drop some bucks in the snare drum at the front. It helps us send acts to the International Blues Challenge in Memphis. Until next week, I am your host, Paul Stadden, reminding you to keep the blues alive.
Thank y'all so much.